Hello, crypto world. Welcome to the Chart Historian. My name is Justin, and on this channel, I delve deep into crypto charts, exploring chart structures, fractals, and patterns. I wanted to do a quick update on XRP. I want to show you where I believe XRP is at in regards to the Great Fakeout that is currently in the works, folks. Yes, it doesn't look like it. In fact, it looks the opposite. XRP is headed down, or has been. But believe it or not, we are on the cusp. We are actually starting on the move up towards what will be known as the fakeout. Now, many people will believe that it is the bull run, but it is not the bull run. It is what comes before the bull run. So let me show you what that could look like. So here is that fractal that shows the move upward of this great fakeout, but do not be deceived by it because it will turn over and do something similar to this. It could take longer, it could play out less steep, but it will turn over, it will decline, and it will be known as a fake out once all is said and done. However, retail is going to believe this is the long-awaited bull run. So be prepared for all that excitement and be ready for the decline that comes afterwards. Okay, so here we are zoomed in on the chart, and as you can see, price has been moving down. So why is it moving down when it should be moving up? After all, this is the beginning of the move up towards the peak of the Great Fakeout. Well, believe it or not, it actually is following this same structure. If you were to move this further down here, you can get a better idea of how it's playing out. So here on the chart, you have two waves right here, or bounces. We have those two right here. Now, on the chart, it does this bounce, and in the fractal, it does that right here. After which, in the fractal, it does a bounce. In today's chart, this bounce had a very steep declining part to it. Now, why did it do that? Well, when a fractal repeats, the main idea of the structure is copied, as we see here, but what is different and what remains unique every single time the structure repeats is the timing, the height, and the depth. So you can have a timing that is different from the original one. You can have a depth, or parts of a fractal have a deeper move down than what the original structure did originally, or vice versa. It can move up higher than what the original structure did. So that's what we are seeing play out in real life with this structure repeating. Now, it will most likely continue to do some iteration of this. It's not going to be exact, but some version of this is going to play out, and it will start moving up. Now, I don't know how high it's going to go. All that is going to be unique every single time this fractal repeats, as I just explained. So it could go to somewhere around here. It could go higher. It could go lower. But what will happen is it's going to come down. Now, this drop could be steep, or it could be a slow grind down to a point. We'll have to see how that plays out. So this structure comes from, let me show you, comes from over here. So this is the third fractal of a sideways range-bound time. Now, believe it or not, this sideways range-bound time has played out over and over again on the XRP chart. For those of you who are familiar with my channel, you're very familiar with this repetitive structure. So XRP has a repetitive macro structure. So we have a bull run here, we have a bull run here. Now, there are people that do not believe this was a bull run right here. Let me tell you why this is a bull run. Structurally, this move up right here is the same as this one. This one just happened to go higher than this one. This one happened to go shorter than this one. That happens on the XRP chart. But structurally, these two structures, and actually, believe it or not, this one over here, they're all the same structures. Like I pointed out before, when a fractal repeats, the timing, the height, and the depth is going to be unique every single time, even though the basic idea plays out. So we see that in real life once again. This structure was the same as this one. They played out on different scales, same with this one. So this is not a retrace. This was a bull run. Just, we need to make that clear. Anyways, back to the macro structure. So you have the bull runs, which we see in all these parts right here. We have the declines that come after the bull runs. We see all those here. And then we have this range-bound time that takes place after the decline and before the next bull run. We have completed fractal 1 with its part A, where it moves up and moves down, part B, in this case, where it went flat. Sometimes it arches down. We see that over here, part A with the move up and move down, and part B where it went flat. Fractal 2 has the 3 waves, wave A, wave B, and wave C. We see that over here, wave A, wave B, and wave C. As you notice, C, look how high that C one was. That was this one right here, but the timing, the height, and depth were different this time around. In fact, this was a fake out. This is where the ruling took place. This is not a reversal of anything. This is just part of the sideways range-bound grind. It has played out very similar to this throughout the years, although there is deviations here and there. This time around, it just went higher. That's all this is. If you shrunk this down, it would look very, very similar to this. We are currently working on this structure here. We've completed this bounce. We are now in this structure right here. We see that here with this bounce, with this part right here, which I've copied over here, and I've adjusted it to match the timing, height, and depth of this part. And now soon we will begin on this part, which will be the Great Fakeout. Price will move up, and it will move back down. Now, how aggressively this moves up and how aggressively it moves back down is yet to be seen. Eventually, it will recover. It does a small correction, and then it's off to the bull run. You can watch my previous recent videos on XRP, and in there I go into this third fractal a bit more. But as you can see, this is a repetitive structure, one that has repeated many, many times throughout the XRP chart, and it is going to repeat again. It is repeating again as we speak. Now, it looks different, but that is to be expected. So here we are back at today's chart. And you know what? When this move up started and this bounce or this wave took place, this is what I had to say about it. So I have been listening to some other analysts and going through Twitter, and you see all kinds of stuff out there. And you know what? I think there's a trend. A lot of analysts are talking about how this has potential to keep moving up, and it's really good if it does, and if it does, it will need to get above this and hold above this and get above this line and not go below this line. But all of them tend to hedge their bets, but it could turn over and do this. It could fall back again, and I'm not doing any of that. I'm sticking to my guns here. It's going to be range bound. This is the next wave. I have a very specific message of what XRP is going to do, which this type of technical analysis has that strength. Now, you may not know exactly how it all comes together. You may not know how high things will go or how low or how long that will take to play out. So as you can see, this was indeed a range. And just as this was a range, this part right here, this fake out, is going to materialize. I don't know how exactly it's going to look. It's going to look most likely different than what we see here, the way it will materialize, but price will move up and it will move back down again. So just as this part came about, this part will too. Well, folks, if you enjoyed this type of TA, it'd be much appreciated if you hit that thumbs up button. You know, I'm not a financial advisor, so none of this should be used or construed as financial or investment advice. But if you did enjoy this type of technical analysis and you would like to see more of it, I recommend hitting that subscribe button. I will continue to follow this chart as it continues to develop. This type of TA is original. You're not going to find it anywhere else. I'd also like to give a shout out to all my Patreon subscribers. Your support helps this channel. We have a Discord on my Patreon where we discuss XRP and other cryptos as well. I also have a 5-part deep dive analysis of the coming bull run structure. So if that's something you're interested, feel free to check it out. It's patreon.com/thecharthistorian. I'll have a link in the description of the video. Anyways, I'm so glad you caught this video. I hope you catch my next one. Have a great day, and bye for now.